Hi, I'm Kelly Vaughn, and this is Inside Indy. And, help is on the way. That $900 billion coronavirus aid package, it's on its way to provide relief to those impacted by COVID-19. But there is help in another way to help those of us impacted by the coronavirus. And here to talk about that help is Howard Stahl. You are a spokesperson for 519 Virus Suppression. Welcome to Inside Indy.
Thank you for having us.
Tell folks what 519 Virus Suppression is.
Well, what we are is a family-oriented, firefighter-owned and operated business. Currently in the world, we know the coronavirus is out there. Of course, we just got probably the worst news ever out of the UK that there's some form of mutation of this virus. Hopefully they can suppress that and keep that there, but it doesn't look like that's going to happen. So it even increases the need for awareness. Wearing the masks, social distancing, cleaning your hands, keeping yourself clean are all good things. But what we don't really look at is the environment around us and how we can protect the environment around us as far as virus suppression. Our job or our company can come in. What we do, it's kind of a multi-step process. We'll come in and we'll take a look and do a site assessment. You relay to us whatever problem it is that you have. Right now, like I said, every coronavirus is on everybody's mind. We'll go through, do a site assessment. We'll develop a plan for you. We'll come in with our equipment that will spray. We use type N listed EPA products, which really kills more than just the human coronavirus. It does a lot of them. There's a lot of things like the norovirus that are around, different types of influenza, HIV, hepatitis B, hepatitis C, other things that this will cover and protect your company from. We'll come through and spray. We use electrostatic spraying. A lot of people you'll see right now are just using things out of squirt bottles or wipes or other types of foggers. Ours are electrostatic, meaning that the area around you is positively charged. We use an electrostatic process that will come out with a negative charge, and the opposites attract, so you will get a good full 360 coverage of the product that it goes down. We will then do a post inspection, and we can do any follow-ups or anything if you'd like for us to come back in, whether you wanted it to be weekly, monthly, bi-monthly, annually, however you want it done.
Wow. Okay. Now I have a lot of questions there. So you mentioned, first of all, you said when we come to the site. So what typically would those sites be? Who needs this? And I would think even a person in their home, we'd like to have a virus suppression, but primarily, who are you targeting?
Everybody wants peace of mind. And I can tell you, I never thought there would be a force on earth that would keep my family from getting together at Thanksgiving and Christmas. It just wouldn't happen. And here we are. We're not getting together for Thanksgiving and Christmas, so the home as well. But as 2001 changed travel and all the restrictions that we see now and all the things that are in place, these things aren't going to go away. We live in a global world with a global economy. To think when I was young of traveling the world wouldn't happen, but I've been around the world twice now. So everything that you're looking at businesses, some regulatory agency is probably going to come out, whether it be the Centers for Disease Control, the World Health Organization, your local health department, state health department. Somebody's going to come out with some sort of regulations where this needs to be done. This is here to stay. It's here to live with us. So we're looking at pretty much everything. You can talk about the home, but you also talk about workplaces, travel modes, airlines, buses, cabs, Ubers, school buses. You're looking at long-term care facilities. You're looking at schools and school settings, gymnasiums, any places of assembly, churches, synagogues, mosques, bars, taverns, restaurants, all those things where you get a large group of people that come and go. And anytime there could be some sort of surface contamination, we can try to suppress that for them.
Wow. Yeah, it's a lot to think about, and who would have ever thought it would be this way. But I also think that because we are using a service like 519 Virus Suppression, that we're also eliminating other or suppressing other viruses, because this time of the year is also, we have the flu season. And I haven't heard any statistics yet, but I would think that it would also impact the spread of the flu.
Yeah. And if you look back, this has really brought it forefront to a lot of people's mind. But over history, there's been incredible. They always go back to the 1918 Spanish flu, and they make it sound like, yeah, that's the only other one. Well, that was a huge pandemic. But in 1957, you had the Asian flu. In 1968, you had the Hong Kong flu. And 2009, 2010, you had the swine flu, the H1N1. We had an Ebola scare in 2014, 2015. These are all these types of virus, viral contagions that we will try to suppress.
Okay. Now, how does the actual suppression process work? So say, for example, I am the superintendent of a particular school district, and I'd like this 519 virus suppression to be in my schools. What's the first step, and what actually happens? Walk us through that process.
We would come out and do a site assessment. We'd get your square footage, see the coverage, what material and what areas we're going to cover, give you a pre-plan of what it is that we're going to do. Our technicians, which are trained to our level, will have personal protective equipment on. They will have at least an N95 or some type of respirator on, booties and everything else. Not because of what it is that we're spraying is hazardous at all. It's a fairly neutral product. But we know we're going into an environment with potential contamination. We're taking care of ourselves. So you'll see us in the spacesuits as we go around, but we'll have this electrostatic fogger. We will go through and cover all the surface areas and move through. When we get to the very end of it, we'll do a post inspection, make sure that we did everything right. Then we will take care of all the PPE that we wore, the personal protective equipment, bag it, tag it, and take it out. Usually about an hour probably before we want people to go back into the area. And like I said, it's not because of what we're spraying is any threat to anyone, but we need it to dry and we need it to seal. We don't really need it disturbed at all because you don't want to break the process of what we just did.
Okay. Now, so once it does dry, and I guess if I have in my mind, I know something is there to protect me. Can you feel it, touch it? Is there any kind of...
No residue or anything. It dries and you're good.
Okay. So you're saying even an individual, say they're going to have at some point, say a wedding with 25 people at a particular facility, you would come out and address that as opposed to an entire school system.
Absolutely. Yeah. Anything. You even said your home. If you want us to come into your home, we can come in and do homes. We can come in and do apartment buildings, extended care living facilities, anything at all that you think that would be some sort of risk or some sort of a hazard, we can come in and take care of. So if you use the wedding for an example, if you let us know what time you're wedding and you're going to begin setting up and everything, we can come in about 90 minutes before that, move through. You'll never know we were there.
Wow. Okay. That's pretty cool. Now, you mentioned in the beginning about that there were firefighters involved in developing this company. Tell us about that. That's pretty interesting.
It actually developed through a home washing, power washing, deck washing company. A lot of the equipment's very similar, but the firefighter that owned the business that started it has hired other firefighters that can come in and do the work. These guys are all trained in hazardous materials. They're all emergency medical technicians, so they understand bloodborne pathogens. They understand universal precautions. They're used to the personal protective equipment. They're all certified and trained on respirators. So it was just kind of a natural flow. I mean, we see firsthand every day of what's going on. I mean, everybody's been affected by this. I can't imagine there's one family in America that doesn't know somebody or hasn't already had it. And we see that every day. So to be able to go out and take care of people in an extended fashion on that, because we know an ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure. I mean, we can stop you from getting it and suppress it. Then that's really what we want to see. Okay,
well, that's a comforting feeling to know that trained firefighters, and we love our firefighters, are behind this. I love that idea. So now the fact that we have this vaccine on the horizon, and they're saying that it could be some months before everybody is, maybe half a year to a year before everybody is actually vaccinated. So what about those who feel like, oh, the vaccine is here now and, we're okay, we don't necessarily need this? What would you say to them?
I'd love for that to be a fact. I get mine Wednesday morning at 11:30. I'm thrilled to death to get that, being a frontline worker myself. Hopefully, maybe weeks or months from now, that's going to be true, but it's not going to be, if you listen to what the experts say, it's going to take a long time to get all the way down to supply chain to everybody. We don't know, like I said, this mutation that's coming out of the UK. I think everybody should be really concerned about that. Right now, 48 hours ago, it wasn't anything to worry about. And then this morning, they're shutting the borders down all over Europe, and they're not letting planes out of England fly and land in their airspace. It's going to be a while. It's going to be a while, I think, before, I'm hoping springtime or so, that things begin to settle down and we get beyond this. You get a little bit of the herd immunity, but it's not going to be a quick cure. I don't think so.
Right. And I've even read accounts that it's never going away. You just get better control of it. So I could see this 519 virus suppression needing to be around forever, maybe on not as big a scale, but that it's that we are going to have to work around it just like we've worked around the flu. And I think the upside of the changes that we've all made as Americans in terms of washing our hands more and being more aware and wearing masks, that I would think it's going to reduce the flu or the numbers of people who contract the flu. And at the same time, that's actually a great benefit, because think of the number of people who die from the flu. So is a win-win for everybody. So I'm interested to see how that's going to change. And it makes you wonder why we haven't always been that way to a degree, that we weren't even as careful about the flu as we are about COVID-19.
It's funny to me because I've been to Japan several times, and you live over there in a culture of many millions of people living in the cities, many people living in multi-generational families, living in very confined spaces. I flew over there when the Asian bird flu was around, and I got off the airplane and saw a lot of people with surgical masks on, getting their temperatures taken, wearing gloves, the things that we find in North America kind of unusual. Through the Asian culture has been there for a long time. I mean, they realized that the spread of just regular influenza there can wipe out an entire family, and it can wipe out an entire building or wipe out an entire district. So they have taken those precautions for decades. It's just new to us. And like I said, it's not going to go away. It's here to stay.
Wow. Yeah. Well, so now how would someone go about getting in contact with 519 virus suppression and using your services?
They can go to our website at 519-519-cleanse.com, or they can call 1-833-519-PURE.
Okay. And you mentioned you were a frontliner. And so tell us about what you do, Howard.
Well, I'm a firefighter.
You are a firefighter. Okay.
Yes, I am a firefighter. Yes.
Okay. And what department?
With the city of Indianapolis.
Oh, you're with the city of Indianapolis. Okay. I love it. Okay. I have a cousin who's a firefighter, Vincent Vaughn. I don't know if you know Vincent.
I didn't make the connection. I was just talking to Vinny just the other day. We were on a second alarm fire together. I know Vinny well.
Oh, good. Well, tell him I said hello, and
I will do that.
Tell him we gave him a shout out here on TV. I'm trying to make him a star like you. So there you go.
All right. Yeah, I don't know about that.
Well, we appreciate you telling us about 519 virus suppression and all that you do as a firefighter. We appreciate you being out there on the front lines and going into places that we would dare not go to. And just thank you so much for your service.
Quite welcome. Thank you for the support.
Okay. Howard Stahl, who is a spokesperson for 519 virus suppression. Thanks so much for joining us on Inside Indy.
It takes less than 1 minute to find out if you may have prediabetes, and you can do it here. So what are you waiting for? Just go to the site.
And we're back here on Inside Indy, and we have a very special guest joining us. He is a pastor here in Indianapolis of a church that we'll talk more about shortly. But currently he is an author, an international author. And his new book is, he has a copy there, I have a copy here, Dream Giver, Journey with God Towards Your Dream. Welcome to Inside Indy. It is Emmanuel Musinga. Welcome to the show.
Thank you so much, Carly. Long time.
I know. You've been with us before, but you've got a book out now. You want to share that with Indianapolis. So tell us about this book, Dream Giver, and what prompted you to write it?
This book, I've been dreaming to write this book a long time because I have a long story. My life all was a struggle. I want people to know about my lifetime struggle. Then I want to encourage people who are struggling like I used to. That's why I like to encourage people. I say always, I don't allow my past to affect my future.
So let's talk about your past and take us into the future, which I take it is really the premise behind this book.
Yeah, my future life is I born in Congo. I am a refugee from Congo, and I've been struggling my whole life. I grown up in the jungle in Congo. I've been a refugee since I was 20 years old until I get in America 2010. I'm glad now I am American citizen.
Congratulations.
Yes. I didn't know who I will be until I started reading the Bible, encourage myself to be who I am today, and learn from other people. And I take time to run and read books and encourage myself to be who I am today. It took a lot of energy and a lot of determination. Mm-hmm. I want to write this book to encourage other people to determine and to focus and to pursue their dream without focus on their circumstances and their background.
Do Americans understand your journey as a refugee?
Some they understand it. Some they understand, some they don't. Some when I talk, I think I speak good English. Then I have accent. They ask me, how do you end up here? I say, okay, I try to speak good English, but always I have my accent. But some people, they don't understand the refugee life. They don't.
Right. Which is just incredibly rough. So take us to the book, Dream Giver, Journey with God Towards Your Dream. And of course, you start off by in chapter 1 telling your story. But in chapter 2, you talk about how people get a dream. So, and again, we don't want to give away the whole book, but give us a hint of how do we get a dream?
Yeah, I say in this book, I think the first chapter is my story. If you want to know more about my story, you can read this book in chapter 1. Chapter 2 is about how people get a dream. The people get dream in different way in 6 types, 6 ways to get a dream, but I'm going to talk maybe a little bit. The first one, people get dream through thinking. You can think after you only think, you get a dream. Or you can get dream from your teacher. Somebody can teach something, you say, whoa, what are you saying? I can do that. And the third one, people get dream through imitate others. We call in French emulation. You can imitate others. You say, if Carl can speak English, I can do. If Emmanuel can speak English, I can do. If you can travel all over the world, I can be there too. If somebody can work at this job, make this money, I can do that too. Without despise yourself, without ignore yourself, encourage yourself and have a confidence on you. Let me say the last one is people get dream through circumstances. Like me, when I was a little boy, I didn't have any dream. I've never, when we go to school, like in America, people tell the young children, American dream. We don't know anything about that. Nobody tell me about my dream or to see somebody who pursued their dream. But when you are hungry, you're going to wake up looking at the food. When you have a challenge, you're going to get the passion to look the way to break through the challenge you are facing. I read one book that told me this. Your heart will desire where you want to go. Your mind will design a map to get there. When you are struggling, like me, I didn't have a dream. When I lost my father, I lost my country, I get a dream. How I can change my life and how I can change my family life. That's where I get who I am today because of circumstances. Circumstances can give you a dream. When you're facing any challenge, that's not the challenge to come to kill you. It's a challenge come to tell you, wake up. You can change your life. You can change somebody's life. You can change your background. You can change your family life. The challenge Circumstances is not something come to kill you. It's something comes to you, tell you, wake up, think twice. You can be who you want to be.
Okay, I love that. I love that. So now let me ask you this. You talk about putting that dream into action. So what is your dream and how did you put that into action? And how much did being in this country aid in that effort?
Yeah, in this world, we have a lot of people who talk, people who complain, people who think they are not who they are because of the government, because of others. They forget they are only who hold their progress. Keep talking will never change your life. Keep complaining will never change your life. You will change only your life as you put your dream on action and you put the time on it. Everything you have never put time on it, it will never change. It will never goes away. You will never change your life until you do something. Stand up, do something. If you need the money, go to work. If you want to be professional, take the book, go to school, learn something, you're gonna be professional in your passion. As long as you do something, that's only the one way to change your life. To sleep, talking, be lazy, you will never change your life. We have many people who have their family, who have wealth, who are good. We have other people who are poor. All these people who think someone is responsible to change their life. Maybe they think grandma will help me, father will help me, my mama will help me, or I will meet rich people, give me $1 million in my account. No one will put money on your account one day. As long as you put your dream in action, that's only the one way to change your life. I've been in America 10 years. Nobody will come help me change my life. Even if you support me, the government will give me food stamp, Medicaid, do whatever they give to me, but I need to go to work to pay my bills and to save my money, to pay my books, to pay my auto, to pay everyone, everything I need. I'm the only one who can work hard to change my life. I'm responsible for me. Let me say this. People, they think someone is responsible for their life or someone will change their life. No. The gift God gives you to change your life is not outside, is in you. When you put that gift, that dream in action, you're going to change your life.
I like that. Preach,
Yeah,
Pastor Musinga. I didn't know we were going to church today.
Yeah.
I was trying to get people ready for the book, but we're there now. So
yeah.
Tell us then, and again, we probably only have about a couple of minutes left. Tell us about what your dream is for now and the future.
For now and the future, before I answer that question, let me talk only one thing. In this, I put one chapter called passion. People in this world, they do something they can make money on it. They don't do something they are passionate for. If you want to make money, do what you are passionate to do. Yes. Or I was telling a member for my church yesterday and some of my family, I said, this little money we make in the Amazon, the money we make in the Target, whatever, in the warehouses, this is not money to eat, is a seed to change our life. Now, if that's how we can be able to do something we love to do. I love to write books. I love to speak. I love to preach. But I have other couple of jobs I do, even I don't like it. I do that because I have a wife and the kids and I need to pay my mortgage. I need to pay my bills. But I have a passion I want to do. And the passion, I read one book that told me the passion, the proof of the passion you have is something you do even you don't make money on it.
That's true.
And you keep doing it until you get a breakthrough, you make money on it. Found your passion, put time on it, put work on it. That's how you will change your life. I said this, learn how to be professional in your passion. Find something you love it, be professional on it. You're going to change your life.
Okay. In the world of broadcasting, that's called a paid hobby, but that's okay.
Thank you.
There was a time you got paid a lot, and when you get old, they don't want to pay you. But that's another
Yes,
show.
but you're
So,
gonna keep moving on. My dream today is maybe one day I want to have my own building church here in Indianapolis. Even though today I'm raising money to buy my own building here and have maybe community center. I can be able to help my people, the refugee immigrant, where they can feel this is our home, this is our place. Because we didn't come here in America like shopping and they'll come back in Congo or back in Rwanda. This is our home. I'm an American citizen. I'm here. I want to feel this is my home. I want to make sure my community, they have where they can have activity every single day. That's my dream. I want to have maybe one day be able to change somebody's life.
okay.
To preach, and to write down, and somebody can read this book and they say, I can do who I want to be. I can be like Emmanuel. That's one another dream. Because I need to be example for my community. My future dream, maybe one day I will have my own show. I can encourage people every single day.
Okay, now he's trying to take my job, folks. Okay.
Yeah.
That's okay. That's okay. And I know we're out of time. Just some of the other chapters real quickly, folks. The enemy of your dream, mentorship, principles, making a difference, legacy, my mission, and giving thanks, which is really important. We've been talking to dream giver, author, Journey with God Towards Your Dream, Emmanuel Musinga here in Indianapolis. Thanks so much for joining us on Inside Indy.
Thank you so much. Anyone who wants this book is at Amazon. You can find it at Amazon. That is on Amazon. Thank you so much, Carly, for having me. I'm so happy to have you here in Indianapolis.
Okay, thank you for joining us.
What to expect when you're expecting a teenager.
Today we're talking about how to wake up your teen, and this works literally every time.
Good kisses. Good kisses. You heard how loud
I heard. It wasn't you. It was the...
Is that bacon?
You don't have to know it all to be a perfect parent. Thousands of teens in foster care will love you just the same.
Staring contest!
You still got it.
I know.
Come alive with the forest. Visit discovertheforest.org to find a forest near you.